What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about some of the Pokemon that are going to be returning. So if you haven't seen the Pokemon that are returning, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Now know what moves are coming out. You may have seen this already in terms of, I know a lot of singles players have been making videos like this. I think this list has been out for like maybe a week or so. Sorry, I just ate like a big bowl of rice. But anyways, I wanted to cover some of the Pokemon that are going to be, notably good in terms of doubles. Now keep in mind, some of these moves may not actually be in the game, because I remember I was actually reminded by this because of Shimon. Shimon actually reminded me of this, but before Politoed came back, Politoed actually had access to Ally Swap, and it actually didn't have it when the game came out. So just keep this in mind. I know they have it listed here, and I'll have the entire list in the description down below. So if you guys want to go and check out that link, and obviously, follow these guys on Twitter if you're obviously more interested in something like that. But in terms of Pokemon, I'm just going to go through the ones that I think that are going to be better. I'm not going to cover every single one, and I'm not going to cover the cover legendaries, because I just don't think that we're going to have that at a later date, and I'd rather wait until we actually have that series coming out in order to talk about what those Pokemon's potential are. Instead, I'm just going to go over the side legendaries as well as the other returning non-legendary Pokemon. So starting with Blaziken. Blaziken is notoriously good in VGC. I think he's really good. Yeah, it's a really good mega Pokemon, or it was a good mega Pokemon. But now with Dynamaxing and stuff like that, it's still going to be a viable Pokemon. U-turn is going to give it some nice pivot, and close combat is really cool. Close combat is going to help replace a high jump kick, which is awesome, because now we won't have to worry about taking that potential miss. So that's super great. I would love for Blaziken to get close combat. That would help it out so much. And honestly, with a move like this, coaching, pairing it with a Pokemon that knows coaching, like let's say Riolu with Prankster, there's a possibility with speed boost, obviously, you could get +2 attack, +2 attack, +1 defense, and +1 speed in the first turn, which is actually disgusting if you decide to max your first turn. So I think Blaziken is going to be a really good Pokemon. In terms of Lando, so Lando, obviously a lot of people have been fearing Landorus coming back, and I understand why. Like, Landorus is a really scary Pokemon. Now it has more access to more of a special set with moves like Scorching Sands and Weather Ball. Weather Ball is going to benefit Landorus T so much, because I know a lot of people were happy about the fact that Hidden Power was not back in the game. However, now we have to worry about Weather Ball. So we're going to have to see like some sort of weather team with Landorus in order to pair with that Weather Ball in order to help counter a lot of its threats. So we're probably going to see Landorus on, for what I think, probably most likely Sand, but I would think more likely Ice. So Ice teams could see Landorus T. I think it'd be cool, because Landorus T does help counter all of the Ice weaknesses, so that could be sick. That could be dope. So yeah, Weather Ball on Landorus is really cool. Special Landorus is obviously it's definitely a thing, so don't ask me if it's a thing or not, because yes, it's definitely a thing. Naganadel, so Naganadel actually could have a lot of potential in this format because of the Dynamaxing and because of Beast Boost, obviously. He doesn't get really any moves that really separate it from what it used to be used as and what we will probably see it as now. It'll probably be better because of the fact that you're going to be able to get max oozes off and dual wing beat for speed boost if you wanted to run that physical set. But its physical, I think, is only I think it's quite significantly lower than its special attack. So yeah, you might have to double check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And then yeah, so he doesn't really get any moves that are like really notable. I mean, Hex is cool because you can poison quite a bit with something like Dunk Shot, so that could be cool. Pheromosa could be sick with close combat. I'm not really going to put too much detail into this, but Pheromosa getting close combat is really cool. I think it's sick. But it's not, I don't think it's going to change anything for that Pokemon. In terms of other Pokemon, okay, so we're starting to get some good stuff here. Celesteela. Celesteela is it's one of the best Pokemon, like in terms of this style format where we do have to deal with legendaries and stuff like that. It's a great stall Pokemon, and I know a lot of people don't like stall, but Celesteela wins matches. yeah, I'm just being completely honest. Yeah, so now that it gets access to Cosmic Power, which is so dumb. Yeah, Cosmic Power is really cool. Grassy Glide, not too much. Steel Roller, probably see Steel Roller quite a bit. Even though, like, I know a lot of people run it as like a flamethrower user and, you know, stuff like that. So you normally don't see this, but you could see something like that. I know people used to run Heavy Slam back in the day, so Steel Roller could be a thing to help counteract the Tapus. So Steel Roller is going to be a definite move. I think it's going to be a really, really good move to have on your Pokemon. And then in terms of Cresselia, it doesn't really get too much. Expanding Force is cool for Cresselia. It does get Cosmic Power. Bro, what is with the Cosmic Power? Cresselia does not need this. Cresselia does not need Cosmic Power. Like, Cresselia is just eating. It's eating with Cosmic Power. Expanding Force, obviously, you know, you can pair it with something like, well, I mean, you do have the option to set your own terrain, but I don't know why you would want to max Cresselia, so, but it could be cool. Dragonite with dual wing beat, it's more of a special setter. I mean, it's more of a special user just because of its variety of move pool, but I think that Dragonite will be a good Pokemon, nevertheless, because of multiscale under Dynamax, so that could be cool. So we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, not too much. Kartana is probably one of the better Pokemon on this list. Kartana getting access to Grassy Glide. You're getting Stab Grassy Glide, which could be paired with Tapu Bulu. I mean, you could get double priority, which is just nuts. You know, it's just like, it's insane. Kartana is such a good Pokemon. It's fast. It hits like a truck. I think it's like 145 or something like that. Hits like a truck. And you have to worry about base boost. I mean, like, we're talking about a Pokemon that could potentially sweep you with Grassy Glide. Like, it's a really, really good Pokemon. The Heligo is also a very good Pokemon. The Heligo is kind of slept on a little bit. However, we have seen it on teams before in the past. Rock Slide instead of Power Gym is going to be great. Rock Slide instead of Power Gym is going to be awesome. So that's going to be nice to have on an Heligo, especially. You could also do like a special set with Hex, so that could be cool too. Meteor Beam I also think is a really cool move for Nihilego. Yeah, just kind of gives it that boost that it needs, you know, and turn, so that's cool. Salamence, not getting too much, however, it does get Hurricane now, which I think is awesome. Yeah, Hurricane on Salamence is really, really cool, because now it gets access to, well, a more powerful stab, and you can also run it on more of a rain team more effectively, so when Kyogre comes out, that actually could be quite the threat. So yeah, so that could be cool. Yeah, so that's cool. Stack Attack is also a really good Pokemon. Stack Attack now getting access to Body Press. Okay, it also gets access to Heavy Slam, which probably isn't going to do it much because of the fact that like Gyro Ball is probably better for Stack Attack. And Steel Roller, which is also a really cool move as well. So Steel Roller, we're going to be seeing Steel Roller, I think, quite a bit just because of the Tapus coming back. Moving on to the Tapus, Bulu is absolutely disgusting. Bulu gets access to Close Combat, Play Rough, Darkest Lariat, High Horsepower, and Grassy Glide. I mean, we're talking about like a full move makeover here. Like, I know people used to shit on Tapu Bulu all the time, but like Tapu Bulu is probably the most busted Pokemon to come out of this DLC. Yeah, like its moves are fixed. Like the Pokemon is fixed. Not only does the Pokemon hit like a truck, okay, it now gets Play Rough and Close Combat and High Horsepower and Grassy Slide. Like it's actually stupid good. In terms of Tapu Fini doesn't get too much Flip Turn, as they do have these highlighted for like more notable moves, but these are in terms of doubles, so not all of them are highlighted in terms of doubles, but Flip Turn for Tapu Fini could be cool. Okay, giving it a nice little pivot could be nice. And then in terms of Mixed Explosion, I don't really know how often we'll see that, but we could see it under Misty Terrain, like that could be cool. So yeah, so that's something cool. Tapu Koko does get access to Close Combat now and Play Rough. So Tapu Koko's base attack is actually higher than its special attack. But a lot of the times people would just end up running special because the moveset was better. But now that the fact that it gets access to Play Rough, it's going to change the game completely. I mean, Tapu Koko just becomes an absolute monster, and it still gives you some option in order to run Rising Voltage if you still want to run that special set. However, with Close Combat and Play Rough and Brave Bird, I mean, like, I don't know why you would want to run anything but that. So yeah, we're talking about like Brave Bird, or is it Brave Bird or is it Skytech? It might be both, but yeah. So it's an absolutely terrifying Pokemon, I think now, especially in the Dynamax state, being able to boost your speed and your attack with Play Rough and Sky Attack, and then finish it off with Play Rough in that late game is just going to be absolutely insane. Tapu Lele is also going to be a very good Pokemon to watch out for. Tapu Lele is more so used as a Choice Specs and Choice Scarf user. I would say more so Choice Scarf, just because of the fact I think it's like base 91 or something like that. It's like 100. It's like 100 or like base 91 or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, don't quote me on that. But Expanding Force Tapu Lele is terrifying, nevertheless. So don't sleep on Tapu Lele. It got even better. Which is really scary. It's probably like Tapu Koko has been like the #1 dog, but Tapu Lele, dude, it's so hard to pick now because like you have such good support and such good variety with these other Tapus, like Tapu Koko getting these moves and Tapu Bulu getting a completely new moveset. I mean, it's just wild, man. It's just wild. Thundurus and Tornadus actually were used in 2014 and like 2015, I think maybe, or was it 2016? No, it wasn't. Maybe it was 2016. Maybe it was 2016. I think it was 2016. I don't think it was 2014. 2016. So these Pokemon have been used, right? They are good prankster users. So yeah, they've definitely been used before. So you can definitely watch out for those. Weather Ball, especially with the Weather Trio, or not the Weather. Well, yeah, the Weather Trio. You know, like Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Rayquaza, you obviously don't even have to worry about because it doesn't affect Weather Ball. But with Drought and Drizzle, the Genies are going to definitely become a lot more of a versatility, especially with Lando. So that's cool. Nasty Plot 2 is actually a terrifying move on this Pokemon. I don't know who decided to put that there, but that is some scary shit. Because I don't really play singles all too much, but I know that probably a lot of people are very happy about Nasty Plot Tornadus. Yeah, that's actually scary as heck. But Zapdos is also a very good Pokemon. Zapdos is one of those Pokemon that I think is benefiting more so from these move pool updates. So Weather Ball is going to give you access to coverage for basically going to give you your hidden power back. Okay. Depending on whether or not weather is set. So you're going to have access to rain, or you're going to have access to water Weather Ball, and ice water, and ice Weather Ball, depending on the move, or depending on the team or opponent's team that you go with, or rock actually, that could be really good too. So yeah, so those are some really cool moves. Eerie Impulse actually adds a lot of benefit. Okay, Zapdos is a good support Pokemon as a Tailwind user, so yeah, so that's pretty cool. But it'll be interesting to see if we get Tailwind back, because I actually think it's a move tutor move, so I don't know if we're gonna get it back. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then now it gets access to Hurricane, so now it's even, and Rising Voltage. So now it's even more of a reason to run on a rain team. So yeah, so he's definitely going to have a lot of potential in terms of running it on a rain team, which I think is really cool for Zapdos. I'm very happy about that. I've used Zapdos on many teams. It's a really, really good Pokemon. Yeah, so that's pretty dope. And then Steel Roller on Aggron is sick. I like that. Body Press is cool. High Horsepower is cool. So those are some good moves for Aggron, although I don't see Aggron. Actually, I'd like to see Aggron be used, to be honest with you, because I think it could be good in the Dynamax format, but we'll see. Yeah, so we'll have to see about that. None of these other Pokemon really stand out. Crowbat actually stands out. It now gets access to Hurricane and Dual Wing Beat, so it's going to have more versatility on, depending on what set you want to run with. Crowbat's actually a really good Pokemon in doubles because of the fact that it can get a really fast taunt off if you're not using a Prankster user. So Crowbat's actually really good. We saw Crowbat, I think, a little more in 2019 when it came to Xerneas. So yeah, so you should definitely check Crowbat out, because Crowbat's actually a really, really great Pokemon. And then in terms of Garchomp doesn't really get anything that really changes its like, yeah, that changes its perspective in terms of doubles. Guzzlord, not too much. Heatran's actually a great Pokemon. Scorching Sand, Burning Jealousy, Body Press, those are some great moves for Heatran, so those are some things to check out. Latias now gets access to Aura Sphere, which I saw, which is cool. and Mystical Fire, which is great. So Latios actually becomes a little more versatile in the moves that it can use. Latios is a really good Pokemon. I would not sleep on Latios. I don't know why they didn't highlight Mystical Fire or Aura Sphere for this Pokemon, because both of these are great moves for Latios. Latios is an awesome Pokemon, especially in doubles, having access to Ally Switch. I don't know if you guys ever saw the 2018 World Championships, or the finals, against Paul Ruiz, but dude, like janky Ally Switch like that was so beautiful with Latios. He really pulled that off well. Like, I've never seen anybody play that well. I mean, granted, he did lose the match, but I still think that is like, that's probably one of my favorite matches of all time because of how creative that was. It was really cool. Metagross not really getting too much. However, he does get access to a Steel Roller, which is awesome. I think Steel Roller on Metagross is really going to help it counterbalance a lot of those Tapus, just like we said before. Notable things, Regice, or actually not Regice. Oh, I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. Registeel and Regirock do get access to Body Press, so that's good. That's actually really good. And also gets access to Meteor Beam, which is weird. Probably won't see that. Sceptile could be good, actually. Sceptile does get access to Grassy Glide. This is a good Pokemon. I mean, Sceptile is a good Pokemon. I think, yeah, I think people sleep on Sceptile quite a bit, but it's not going to be great. So yeah, so I wouldn't take it that far, but that's really cool that it gives access to Grassy Glide and Scale Shot. Kind of seeing some of those Dragon. I want my Megas back, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one I wanted to talk about was Circuitry. So Circuitry is not really getting all too much. However, he does get access to Rising Voltage, which could be cool. Okay, Rising Voltage is really cool. You know, it's a great move, and I think it's definitely going to be awesome on Tapu Koko. But Circuitry, yeah, I mean, Circuitry could be really good with Rising Voltage. I mean, it gets access to freaking Tail Glow. Like, could you imagine setting up a Tail Glow and then going for a Rising Voltage? And under electric terrain, I mean, you can set your own terrain now, so it's like, it could be absolutely stupid busted. You know what I mean? So that could be sick. Yeah, and then Swampert too. I mean, Swampert's a really good Pokemon. However, I don't know. I don't think we'll see it in the doubles format, but I could be wrong because of the fact of the Dynamaxing and like Rindoberry. I mean, we saw Gastrodon so much, which, yeah, so we could see Swampert. But yeah, Bulk Up, Darkest Lariat, High Horsepower. High Horsepower is actually really cool. That's actually really good for Swampert. And Body Press. So Body Press not too much, but Liquidation. Oh my God, Liquidation. He gets access to Liquidation. Oh dude, Swampert in the rain with Liquidation and High Horsepower actually could be scary. So yeah, that's a cool one. But anyways, let me know what you think. I know this is kind of a quicker video. I have to go to work soon, so I wanted to get this recorded, and I've been recording like all day. So yeah, so here. Also too, if you're not following us on Twitch, we do have the Sleepwalk this weekend with Shimon. I'm going to be dressing up as Daisy, and also he's going to be dressing up as Peach, so that's really cool. So anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys later. Okay, peace out. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.